gone through several
I'm curious
revisions.
to see how many there are that are listed.
There has to be.
It's got all of them.
I'll ask. I know the guy that made it.
Is Jolis, is he the originator?
So Brian
Solis?
Solis is the guy that if you're not following him, you probably should if you want to know more about digital just as an industry. He's a talking head. He speaks all over the place. He writes books that are pretty good. JESS3 is an awesome design company that creates very sexy infographics. So they got together, created a thing called the Conversation Prism.
Is that all of them right there?
No, that's the
Okay, that's what was fitting
That's the
that
thumbnail.
spot.
that's the
Right.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
So digital version,
You click on
Downloading.
you can look at 2080 by 1800.
22 by 28 inch version is down.
So here is what I can see on my screen. So you literally have to zoom in.
Holy
Awesome.
So here's why this is powerful, right? Everyone who's new to social media comes to me and says, do I need to be on Facebook? Do I need to be on Twitter? Do I need to be on... I heard about this new thing called Reddit. What is that? This tells you... It groups all those things together so that you can say that I know that Storify is great for Q&A, but there's also this thing called BuzzFeed. But we know they're totally different, right? They do the same thing in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Here's that section that I just talked about earlier called, there's a section for literally comments. So live fire that I mentioned is there. And discuss. Discuss is what I use on my Tumblr. Tumblr, people are totally confused. What is Tumblr? Why do we care? Why did Yahoo pay $2 billion for them? It's simply a blog. I mean, at the end of the day. The reason why I love it and I've made it my primary blog is that I can do everything from my phone. I'm what you call a live, what do they call it, declarative living guy. So I don't write anything longer than 100 words anymore. So you have to follow. If you follow my Tumblr, you'll see the story of my life as it unfolds because I'm posting photos or what have you wherever I am. Quantified self. This is wearables.
Mm-hmm.
So these are social media objects because the Internet of Things probably flew straight over your head. This is Internet of Things.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things you're wearing right now that collect data and send them to the Internet, which makes them a social object because all of these have gamification.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like you join a group on Fitbit so that you can compete for who gets fit quicker.
Is there a hierarchy to the way they're listed here?
No.
Yeah.
And really, the reason is some of these things are totally unrelated, right? I mean, it just means that you can look around the wheel here, and you can say, these are all the marketplaces. You
Yeah, I
know,
thought
so
it was closer to the center was older.
it might be. Yeah. You know what? You're probably right because I think I saw MySpace on here somewhere.
Yeah, MySpace is in social networks.
Yes, the
They're
newer
right
stuff
after
is in,
Google Plus.
well, I don't
Oh,
know.
wait, Google
Facebook,
Plus is
I
after
can't
MySpace.
see.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say,
Well, maybe they shifted
you know,
MySpace when they rebuilt
So
it.
Maybe it's the size of their logo.
here's photos. Yes. Here's bookmarks. Here's influence.
Yeah, but there's Facebook outside of the
It's all over. It's
all over.
It's everything I think you can fit into your brain.
MySpace is coming back, man. Come on.
Some things are listed multiple times.
I thought DOA is better.
The reason things are listed multiple times are that if they do more than one purpose.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So what we did was I showed them this, their brains exploded, and then we went off and built that other chart that said you need to use these 5 things to accomplish what you need for your event, and that's it.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that they can't add some of these things later, you know. If you're developing, if you're promoting events, Meetup,
You know.
you're doing that. Plancast, this is if you wanted to reach a developer audience or the cutting edge people that think they're too cool for Meetup now. They're over here on Plancast. Eventbrite, if you're charging for tickets, right? All of these things are related, but they're slightly different because you know you have to pick and choose. So I like this thing. If you want to know more information, anybody that wants to reach out to JESS3 who created this graphic, I can send you a LinkedIn referral or something if you want. want to talk to them.
That's very cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I know I've talked over time, so I'm happy
It's
to hang
okay.
out and answer more questions if you want.
Good.
Thank
I know
you.
that demo is very quick and not very thorough, but I encourage you just to go play with Storify, create some dummy posts. The good thing about it is, even if you publish them and make them live, Storify is not the same thing as Google. You're not going to get found out, I don't think, really. You know what I mean? You're just not that popular. Like, neither am I. Like, I have lots of stories that 5 people have looked at, and I'm like, oh, wow, I thought this was a good subject. But the real, it goes back to my point of I don't care that people go look at Storify and nobody is. They're looking at my blog post that has it in it.
Right.
And they care about that quote tweet that was awesome, and they retweet. You can retweet directly from within there, so it becomes a shortcut for people.
Does it work that way with Facebook as well? Like they can like a post and share a post?
You have all the stump the speaker questions. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. You know, I find that Facebook is actually the least useful in this platform, and that's why I don't know the answer, because this is generally, when you talk about live events, like a conference, or even when you talk about journalism, right? Journalism is not happening on Facebook. And so this goes back to the Conversation Prism. They're using it to promote their news, but they're not creating news there.
Right.
Whereas they are creating news on Twitter. And so it's good in that way. So it's all fit to purpose, as they say. I think Facebook's problem is that they've created a walled garden that makes it obsolete for certain uses. You know?
They don't play well with others.
And then, so
By
that is
intent.
that. I have business cards so that I brought enough, and I'm giving them all away. You must take one because I'm changing jobs next week. And I'm not leaving IBM. My job title is going to change.